Hello, I'm Linda with the Spellbinders Tuesday video tutorial. This week we're following along in the spring theme and we're going to be featuring rain, butterflies and flowers. Today for my card I'm using the Jules Flowers and Flourishes. I've taken the butterfly and the greenery from that set. I'm using the blossoms 4 and cutting 2 of the flower. I'm also using the wrought iron Die Delight and the rainy day set. I'm using the raindrops and 2 of the cloud shapes. I've started by stamping the Flourishes Sweet Days of Summer, one of their images, on my card, and I have allowed for some greenery at the bottom. I have placed the raindrops and the clouds and I've used masking tape just to hold them in place, and I'm going to cut those out using the base plate and the cutting plate and the brown caliber. You'll notice that I have off-centered the larger die just to have that cloud on the side, and now I'm going to use the tan mat and the embossing plate and run them through to give them that lovely embossed look. I have cut an additional little cloud out just to add to the scene that we're creating, and now I'm going to add some sponging, and I am using the Memento Summer Sky, just adding around the clouds. I'm not colouring the whole picture, and the raindrops. Right, now that I've added the blue, I'm just adding the impression of a little hill here coming up to the stamped image. Alright, we don't need to be too fussy about this because we're going to add the wrought iron fence. Now I have used Memento bamboo leaves and just edging around to give the edges a bit of crisp colour. Right, now we have our preparation work done. We'll add our dies. I'm going to add the wrought iron at the bottom of the picture using liquid glue, just centering it, a bit of pressure to pop it down. Because I'm going to layer it on black, I'm leaving these hanging over a little bit, but I will turn it over and just chop off anything else that's... Right, I'm also adding some textured paper behind the clouds, and I'll just use some of the Easy Runner tape here behind to secure it, to give the clouds a little bit of texture. I have cut it slightly higher so it doesn't cover the raindrops. Trimming again. And on this side. Right, there you can see the texture that gives. And lastly, for the back of the card or the scene, I'm adding some of the Imagine Crafts Vertigo to give a shimmery effect behind. And again, I'm just going to use a bit of tape along these. I'm not sure if you can see the shimmer that adds. Just while I've got this opportunity, I'll just trim off any loose ends. Right, now we're ready to add the butterflies and flowers. I've sponged the butterfly using electric yellow and electric pink from the Sukaninko Radiant Neons, and I'm also sponge the flower and the bamboo leaves. I've popped it up on electric I've popped it up on using liquid glue, and I'm just adding the flower to the base here. And I'm layering the blossoms 4 flower, and I'm off centering it so it looks like a full bloom. You can see here. A little bit of glue. Alright, popping that on, and I'll just remove that little bit of wax paper. I have used wax paper from the smaller dies to make sure I can get them out easily. And I'm going to add a sentiment, sorry I have to turn it this way, a clear backed sentiment across the fence because I didn't want to cover up the beautiful wrought iron fence. Alright, just adding. Right, and then I'm going to just finish off by adding some bling and then layering the card. I've finished my card by layering the main piece onto some black card cut slightly larger and then popping it onto a very pale pink card base. The card measures 6 by 4 inches or 10 by 15 centimetres. Thank you for stopping by today, and I hope that you're inspired to use your dies to create a lovely spring scene, to use them differently. Don't forget to pop back and show us what you make. Thank you.